Ujú. Sí, pero el OBS está muy lento. ¿Cómo será mi PC? No tengo idea. Ya, esto se cierra. No, sí parece que tengo que hacer un formateo del PC porque igual se está empezando a ralentizar de a poquito. Bueno, ahí después lo arreglo. Estamos. Sí, por lo menos no hay reducción de FPS ya. Pues a lo que deduje. Turismo en Waratsumi. Vamos a hacer la misión entonces de la Kokomi. Y vamos a ver qué onda con el trasfondo de su historia. Hay muchas cosas que debo hacer. Ay, qué flojera. No, la verdad es que no. Pero sí da flojera. ¿Mm? ¿Y ese paso?
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you. Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
Ah, tan difícil entonces.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into two teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship.
¿Todavía están en
They have
guerra?
nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Si se ve, pues, si se está pegando de repente, es que parece que se está desconectando. Hay veces que se está desconectando el internet y tiende a pegarse hasta el Genshin por alguna razón.
Hey, Goro! What are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi
Y de hecho,
Island.
acabo de ver que se sufrió una baja de conexión. No sé por qué.
that's great. Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time.
Listo para ayudar.
The remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active.
Oh,
We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into 2 teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good.
sí, lo que
There's
dijo
not a
Paimon.
moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
Es difícil olvidar a un aliado. De hecho, como esta es misión especial, igual voy a ir con el viajero. Por si acaso.
Just what will we come across this time?
Así por lo menos también tengo... ¿Cómo se dice esto? Algo canonizable. Oh. Espérese. No, sabéis que no voy a mejorar esto todavía. Pero los artefactos sí. Había uno que sí por lo menos tendría que aprovechar. La maestría elemental, supongo yo. O mejor otra cosa. El ataque. Ataque por supuesto. Bueno, que este te da con probabilidad de crítico, así que sí. No, esto salía bien. Es solo un poquito nada más. No es para tanto. Angula humana. Perdón, era anguila, no angula.
Take this!
En todo caso ya mejoré al
Must leave no stop.
viajero de por sí a ¿cómo se llama? Ay, se me fue. Al máximo constelación.
Steady as step. By royal didn't kill him.
Oh, se me rompió hasta el escudo.
As a beautiful maid would.
Pues habrá que aprovechar a la Noel nomás. Bueno, el otro ya se quedó en el agua, así que...
Following thunder!
Fuse is lit.
Eso. Por lo menos... Uy. Lo malo sí que sí. La... ¿Cómo se llama esta? La Yoimilla también es medio frágil.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Take this!
I'll catch up.
Take this!
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire.
Ah, me dice, me vienen refuerzos.
Curse them. They leave us no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it.
Que empiecen los fuegos artificiales.
Take this!
By royal
Lo que no sé es que no vi lo que hacía la última constelación.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
Cierto.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see.
¿Qué onda, Antonio? Bienvenido.
This is a whole book. Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most.
O sea que se fue para lo más
Still,
general.
we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
No, lamentablemente el Genshin Impact creo que no va a salir para Nintendo Switch, a pesar de que vieron el aviso oficial. Como no se mostró en el aniversario, es dudoso, la verdad. Por el momento está solamente en PC, celulares y ¿cómo se llama esto? En PlayStation. No sé si está en Xbox, de hecho. Creo que sí también.
Understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough.
Pero uno se pierde la esperanza.
Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again?
Gracias por el follow.
I'm feeling your absence.
El pez espada número 2 sigue funcionando bien.
Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to
¿Ese no era el
normal.
grupo de TPI?
About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
Compact, ¿te refieres si he tirado gacha? Pues... no, hasta el momento. Pues, digo, sí, había tirado gacha, pero fue fuera de stream de por sí. Cuando estaba farmeando y todo eso. Pero nada interesante, excepto
The spirit of the
la Joy-Milla, que por lo menos la estoy apreciando mucho.
Anyway, we're
Me
here
está
because
pegando lo suyo.
Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we
Ahí.
can find her, Goro?
Igual
I
planeo
believe
tirar
Her
para
Excellency is
sacar
currently
la
at Bora
Rosaria.
Village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there.
Es la que más
If
busco.
I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a
Sí,
growing
la Kiki también la
unease among
tengo.
them, but
Fue
I
hace
don't know
mucho.
what's causing it.
Pero fue de pura
I must say,
casualidad.
They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
Veré lo que puedo hacer.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
Eso sí, no le he aprovechado nada a la Kiki, eso sí. Buen provecho, Antonio, gracias por pasarte por acá. Dale. A ver, ¿qué está pasando aquí? Y se andan secretándose en tiempos de paz.
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too?
Ah, no, era el
Oh,
grupo
it
del
is
viajero.
you. Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish 2, but I did see you in Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show. Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service.
He oído que la gente está un poco nerviosa últimamente.
On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean? Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I think things will improve, but it's gonna take some time.
Es como si los veteranos de guerra no están acostumbrados a volver a una vida normal.
I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Dale. Vamos a ver.
Peace at last. Living the dream. Don't I know you? I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something?
He oído que la gente está un poco nerviosa últimamente.
Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything. Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. They're all too rowdy for me. We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze. Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask, though. San Gonamiya. She knows everything.
Qué
Seems
conveniente.
he's about to fall asleep. Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to ask.
Sí. Dejémoslo que descanse en el trabajo mientras tanto. Lo que busquemos con... Busquemos a los demás soldados y a Sam y a Kokomi.
Ugh, I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there, what you talking about?
Captain, you're back.
Bien, existe la fiesta de la victoria. ¿Alguna novedad? ¿Algo de lo que puedan informar?
Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
No, let's not mention it. He's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the
Hello,
village.
traveler. Nothing to
Straight over
report.
if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
Ah, no, era Greetings Traveler. Rayos, es que no es lo mismo si no está el Gatekeeper.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent! Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here. Take him away.
Hey,
Wait! Kokomi, there you are! Something's going down over here! You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning. Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't!
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself.
sí, pues.
If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything. I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then, but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now, you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a criminal.
And why should we believe you?
Nos encontramos con unos fatuis en el camino.
So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryou Commission's hands. They're in this together.
What? The Tenryou Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
What, the Tenryou Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryou Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well.
Ahora sí suena medio
The
sospechoso.
potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2.
Ah, me
would
quedo
you
con
join me in
Traveler.
the investigation?
Por supuesto.
Good. I look forward to seeing how you've progressed lately. I also have a few new things to teach you. Alright, follow me.
Como que la voz de Kokomi no me convence nada.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryou Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
No sé, la voz de Kokomi como que me suena muy artificial. Bienvenida, Safre, ¿cómo estamos? Perdón la tardanza. Estaba almorzando. Sí, lo sé, lo hice un poco temprano el stream. Porque después se quejan de que yo hago stream a las 3 de la mañana. No, mentira. Está bien, Safre. Igual tenía que terminar de almorzar. ¿Cómo estuvo el almuerzo, por cierto? ¿Cómo está el día? Aunque sí, no me convence mucho la voz de Kokomi. Es muy artificial, es como si pasara por un sintetizador igual. Día normal sin Shiny. Ah, así se empieza. Luego voy a conseguir todos los ratatas de Shiny, los Chansey Shiny. Hay torretas. ¿Por qué no pasé por este lado aquí? Ah, no, que aquí están... No, que aquí también hay Fatui, de hecho.
must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was
Se
talking
inventa,
about.
me encima. Pero me dieron un regalo, un termo de Movistar que jamás usaré. Bien hecho. Un termo de Movistar que no mantiene la comida caliente, como es usual en cada regalo de la empresa. Me parece perfecto.
From the looks of it, it used to be a Hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Sí, en todo caso se me hace extraño de que hay un campamento Gilichurl y están los Fatui allí.
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far. Our enemy is in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand.
¿Y qué tiene en mente la gran estratega?
I think we have 3 options available. Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight.
¿Cierto?
Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired.
Eso es cierto.
Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Wow, that's our grand strategist. It's a lot to think about, though. Which option should we choose?
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills.
Y aquí es donde entro yo.
We could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle, but absolute stealth would be required during the operation, or we'd risk exposing ourselves. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option?
Vamos por el ataque sorpresa.
There's the swordfish captain I know. Every confidence in your abilities. It's decided then. Let's fight this one together. I'm no warrior myself, but I can still provide some support. I certainly won't be dropping you into battle all by yourself. We should take them down as quickly as possible and retrieve the merchant's goods.
Ahora puedo usar a esta tipa. A ver. Luna inalterable, ok. Está todo a ritual antiguo de la nobleza para tirar ulti. Está constelación 3 y están todos a constelación 8 y entonces. Vamos a cambiar un poquito las cosas. Oh. ¿En serio no puedo? Ah, no me dejan. ¿Y ahora? No. Tendré que limitarme con esto nomás. Tendrías que ponerte ahí, ¿cierto? Al menos se va a ahogar ahí, ¿o no? Holy Jesus.
Hold the line. The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
Ya. Pues vamos por el siguiente. Espérate. Déjame ubicarme bien para hacer un buen... No estoy en una buena posición, de hecho. Ahí sí. ¡Cacha!
By royal decree.
Rest and rebuild.
Killjoy!
Está pegando igual a pesar de no tener crítico.
Excellent work.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
¿Quién dice que la fuerza bruta no ayuda?
Tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution, huh?
Siento discrepar.
Hey!
Must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time.
Gracias por esa suscripción, Zaffer.
Simplemente porque me caes la raja C.
Yay.
Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryo Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant story is true, the inventory should be here.
Se agradece mucho.
Time to take a look around.
Espero que no sea la última vez en jugar con la Kokomi.
Hey, look here. Could these
Sigo
be
trabajando,
the
te tengo de fondo. Me parece perfecto.
There's a lot of stuff. Whoa. This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This
Ay.
is way too dangerous. We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way to deal with it.
Te decepcionarás, es la única vez. Es horriblemente mala esa misión. Con un demonio, Kokomi, no te pueden tratar de una manera mucho peor que ahora. Ni Songli estuvo sufriendo tanto.
So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat?
No tengo idea, Paimon, no lo sé.
Kokomi! Kokomi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look!
I see.
¿En qué estás pensando?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment.
Ya sé.
Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit. By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryo Commission has any need of these items. So the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for?
Cierto.
We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? It doesn't feel right.
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this.
Ya sé.
In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price.
¡Va! Cámbiate a Movistar. Sí, es lo que intento, de hecho es lo que intento. Tenemos sandwichitos gratis. Que trabaje en Movistar al lado tuyo. Ah, bueno, me parece perfecto. Nomás deja que me empaque todo y voy para allá.
He had taken the time to read the decree. It's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Me tendrás que aguantar por muchos más años.
Think of everything.
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryo
Vente.
Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped.
Algún día, Safer, algún día.
The energy doesn't exactly help.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast.
Qué buena frase. Anótala, Mario Hugo. Creo que aquí en esta parte no la revisé, ¿o sí? Bueno, me llevo igual toda la basurita que quedó acá. Oh, ¿y esto? Notas de ladrones de tesoro. Ah, ya. Ah, esta es otra misión. ¿Cierto? No, no es otra misión. O era otra misión y creo que ya la había hecho. A ver, espérate. Algunos de los símbolos bien... Ah... ¿Serán esos los dibujos que aparecen por todo... por toda la isla Waratsumi? Emocionate como Ian, po. Es que no sé. El hecho de la idea de salir me da flojera, Safer. Ojo, el gato guatón está acá. Ya era hora, de hecho. ¿Cómo estamos, Ilian? ¿Cómo le está pasando en el trabajo? Buena, cabros. Ya llegué.
My goods! You got them back, huh?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain.
Ah, me parece
See,
perfecto, Ilian.
I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
Cierto. Los Fatui son mucho más
what if-
estrategas.
No ifs, no buts.
Cierto.
We recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principles...
Gracias, Ile, también por esa suscripción.
Hoy toca
Just
Prime
as
C.
merit must be
Yay!
recognized, mistakes must be penalized.
Justo en el
You
momento.
may have been proven innocent of the more serious
Gracias a los dos chiquillos.
But this does not exempt
Que son
you
muy
from
buena
bearing
onda.
the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Lo siento,
Well,
señor.
don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryo Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the
Chip
owners.
2 hoy.
I know, that's a lot to ask.
Gracias a ustedes dos
Not at all,
chiquillos.
Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration.
Hay que considerar.
I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
Bueno, no tengo nada que hacer. Total, vengo de visita acá.
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
¿Es la visión de Kokomi? Sí.
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time we visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine.
Y ya pasé la parte de por lo menos jugar con ella, así que no creo que pasen muchas cosas acá.
You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do.
¿Ah, sí?
But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned.
Oh.
Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
No le he hecho, me da flojera, no he acabado ni la del Shogun, pero hice algo chido. Configuré el teclado para que todo se ilumine, solo se ilumine la fila de las teclas que oprima. Ah, sí, pues, en algunos teclados tiene esa función, de hecho. Esa wea yo puedo hacerlo.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared. If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the shrine.
Finalmente un modelo diferente.
If she makes it into Sangonomiya,
Hey, Restarte, bienvenido.
Very happy mother. You're a
No debería estar en
kind
clase
and
usted.
gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
¿Qué? No, termino a la una. Ah, bueno. Mejor entonces.
Your
Una 10
Excellency,
para ser
boy,
exactos.
am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Oh, Your Excellency.
Como que todos le están pidiendo ayuda a Kokomi últimamente.
Based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone.
Mentiras cochinas del chamaco miado.
Though, for the longer ones,
Ahora que ve la tarea ya.
if you could write
Y ando
a report
entre
and
querer
submit it
mimir
to
y
the
jugar
shrine,
LOL.
then
Pues
I
el
can
LOL se
start taking
actualizó,
one
así
as and
que
when I have the
supongo que ya está Betsy y los skins de los dos bandos. No me acuerdo cómo se llama.
Are you all right?
Usted no quiere dar clase entonces, gato culiao. Ah, no sé yo. ¿Qué dirá Lilian en ese momento? Hoy no. Ni lo que resta de la semana. ¿Te tomaste la semana entera? Ah, por el cumpleaños, cierto. Aunque es mucho tiempo, ¿no?
This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
Supongo.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation. We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Solo 3 días, po.
No need to worry.
Excusas, Iliana, excusas.
Fantastic! You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency.
Soy tu alumno no oficial, así que no hay clase.
Recently and placed them on your desk.
Hay clases, hay
According
clases
to schedule,
restantes.
you're just in time for your meeting today on the
Si no, llamamos a la
development of
pandita y
textiles
para que te
industry.
vean de un chanclazo.
Today? Right now?
Yes, the 2 young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time.
Siempre hay otros momentos.
Oh, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance.
Denle un poco con la chancla.
And then we'll go and make preparations for the victory.
Mejor a que lo ganqueemos, digo.
Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game.
No digas, Silvia, que te llegó otro stream y te lo sature de bombs.
Sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
No se veía muy contenta la pobre Kokomi. El secreto espera hasta el día siguiente, entre las 10 y las 12. Y es de noche, de hecho. Igual hubo muchas personas que le estuvieron pidiendo ayuda. Fue exagerado. Bueno, no por nada, es una de las personas más importantes de esta ciudad. Y es de más que lo hace, ¿eh? Espera a Kokomi cerca del santuario Sangonomiya. Vámonos para allá. Es bonito este lugar igual, pero lamentablemente mucho vapor se nubla todo, se tapa todo. Pero de que tiene un buen espectáculo, lo tiene.
Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. Let's wait a little longer.
Sí, y eso que me demoré unos 15 minutos unos 15 minutos después.
How is she still not here? Do you think she could be in trouble? Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Sería mejor.
Are you looking for Her Excellency?
Sí.
I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
What?
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Ese es un soldado bien aplicado.
Really does think of everything. All right, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
A buscarla se ha hecho. Oh, ahí está. En la parte más abajo. No, ni tanto. Tendría que ir a volar. No quiero usar el transporte todavía. Sería muy anticlimático. Y además está aquí cerca. Ah, pero pude haber tomado el puente de vuelta. Da lo mismo.
Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Ya que hay un... Esto no lo había visto antes, de hecho. No sabía que estaba este laboratorio. De...
Kokomi!
No sé qué cosa.
So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
Te dijeron que te cuidaras, porfiada.
We'll go find a doctor right away.
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as.
Todo el mundo te pedía tantas cosas ayer. Era un trabajo arduo.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work. You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the Divine Priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process.
Menos mal tuve que bajar el volumen en la música porque en una de esas ni siquiera se escuchaba la voz de Sangonomiya.
I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Oh, where did I put it?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you.
Tiene toda la apariencia de un pescado la tipa.
You came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at all these petitions. time to deal with these even when she's resting?
Pobrecita.
Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing Production. Watatsumi Island Monthly Maintenance Expenses Breakdown? This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time
Por
to
eso
time.
no se amontonen en el trabajo si no pueden manejarlo. Si necesitan ayuda, tienen que pedirlo.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
Pero notas secretas. Hoy me pasé toda la tarde discutiendo con los representantes de la Asociación Comercial de Energía -4. Chucha. Supongo que aquí es donde se ve más o menos cuánta energía había perdido. Yo -7, -9, -7. -12. -8. -11.
Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just,
Paiva lo hizo.
Give it here.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking. It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one. So, it's
Ah, me lo
pretty
salté.
dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her.
Será.
Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Actúa según el plan y planifica según la situación.
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Es como leerle un cuento a una niña.
Kokomi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do? Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Hay que dejarla descansar un rato.
You sure that's a good idea?
Sí, po.
She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. Alright, let's keep her company while she rests.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better.
Las huellitas de conejo están creciendo súper rápido. Más encima. No sé si se desarrollan bien los conejos.
What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy. Good to have you back.
-3 tendría de energía. Con todo lo que pasó ahora. Si llevábamos la cuenta de Kokomi, sí, pues tendría que ser. Sigo pensando que que en una de esas me voy a pasar por uno de los agujeros del puente y me voy a caer por el puro bugazo. Y parece que vamos a volver al punto de partida. ¿Sí? Justo aquí.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Tiene -3.
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Un ratito después.
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather? I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Sí, ¿por qué no?
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya. Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning.
Chucha.
At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay.
Me sorprende que Paimon sea la que se tiene que negar.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
¿Dónde? Ah, aquí. Los agricultores.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
A ver qué se anda metido. ¡Epa! ¡Cuidado con esa lanza!
This guy smells smells of booze.
Ah, con razón.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
No, hombre.
We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
La voluntad del guerrero.
You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Tell him to just have a normal conversation. What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
En unos segundos estarás deseando hablar.
We'll see about that.
Beppo. Beppo. No. Mal ahí. Vamos, ven. Ven, po. Te tomas demasiado en serio la pelea, ¿no? ¿Dónde está la voluntad de guerrero? No. Es por acá. Adiós.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, will you join us?
Primero tienes que decirme qué está pasando. Sí, por mínimo.
We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryo Commission.
Cierto.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve.
Ah, chucha.
These talks, everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warrior's will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kind of make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon.
En otras palabras, solo quieres pelear. A costa de la paz del pueblo.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree.
Jesu madre.
I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Namiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
Damn. Sí, lo sé, Paimon. Hay que contárselo a la Kokomi. Para variar. Estos quieren provocar una otra guerra más encima. ¡Cangrejito! Mío.
A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's them, no matter what we do.
I see.
¿Te sientes bien?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
Quiero subir a Aloy pero el cubo craío y recolectar médula espinal me da hueva XD.
Perceived what they were doing earlier. It never would have come to this.
Lo otro sería que te ayudara con eso, porque también quiero subir al Aloy para después.
I think I understand what Kozan means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozan's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter-plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Ok. Sí, porque esto se puso serio de golpe. Espera el día siguiente. Ok. Otra vez. A ver si es el día siguiente. Si no cuenta este día. Sí, no cuenta este día.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared?
Yep.
Here, take this.
¿Qué cosa?
These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes. I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge!
Eso dijo ella.
Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Hyman suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Yo también quiero que las conversaciones de paz tengan éxito.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Ve al lugar de las conversaciones de paz. ¿Dónde están? A la cresta del mundo. Ah, vaya. Uy, es más alejado de lo que pensé. Vamos a cambiar un poquito los personajes, ¿ya? Yo y Milla, por el momento te voy a dejar en paz.
Let's investigate this further.
Vámonos con doble Geo y doble Electro. Qué bonito se ve a través de la bruma. Oh. Concha marina, no me percaté del... No me percaté de que choqué con la muralla. Espérate, que en la bolsa nutritiva no la tengo puesta. Que estuve buscando los rocas de electromúsculo. Ahí está. ¡Cangrejo! Vaya, vaya, vaya. Oh, ¿Cuyo Sara?
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
Viene para presenciar las conversaciones de paz.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
¿Verdad que tengo que mejorarla también a
The
ella?
first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal will
Todos
require
aquí están
separate
bajo
talks with the
efecto Hydro
Kamisato
D.
clan.
La Sara le
If they
meterá
fail
un
to
electro
sanction it,
cargado
I
de.
believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Hasta que salió el solcito. ¿Qué efecto de mojado hay?
Let's leave that aside for now then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them.
Okay, esperen.
Protect Madam Kujo.
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
A ver, cálmense, cálmense, oiga. Por favor, retrocedan.
Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one. But hold off for the moment.
A ver.
Stand down, Tadakatsu. Situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation?
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
Esto se puso tenso. Okay.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went.
Si tuviera que tomar una parte cronológica a este asunto... No. Bueno, es que sí podría pasar antes, incluso desde el descubrimiento del trabajo de los Fatui, con la comisión Cuyo, digo, la comisión Tenryo. Pero no sé, que igual todo esto pasa después de los efectos de la pelea contra la Shogun. No sé, no voy a colocar esto de manera factible.
With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madam Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryo Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryo Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Vaya a comer algo nomás, Ilian. Cuídese.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency, we...
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Se portaron muy mal los soldados. No debieron haber hecho eso. Por poco provocan otra guerra. De todas formas, habrá que usar el teletransportador. Ahora para abajo.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences.
Cierto.
During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
Al menos así se van a calmar un poco.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Vamos a leerle otro cuento a la señorita. Vamos para allá. Pero por lo menos ya las cosas se han calmado. No está en la cueva. ¿Qué pasó?
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
¿Cómo están tus niveles de energía?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
Hiciste un trabajo admirable.
Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realized now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Bueno, no tengo muchas cosas que hacer. Y ya terminamos con esto, el acto 1. Con esto ya se terminó la misión. A menos que haya otra, pero lo dudo mucho. Bueno, en conclusión, Kokomi no tiene relevancia durante la guerra, pero sí después de la guerra. Hizo muchas cosas como para poder recuperarse de la guerra misma. Algo... Ah, no, esto era para la silla. Pero no hay otra cosa, ¿cierto? ¿No hay otra cosa relevante para poder ver? Parece que no. Porque esto no lo había visto no lo había visto nunca. Conclusión. No hizo nada nunca. Pero Safer, ¿qué estuviste viendo? Bueno, de todas formas, siendo una representante no es que no quiera hacer nada. Es que no. Es que hay cosas que no puede hacer. Pero mantener la moral a sus ejércitos ya es trabajo de un estratega también. Sí, de estos imágenes me refería. Tendré que averiguar más acerca de esos símbolos. Me parece que son parecidos al samurái ese del viento o a las máscaras del yaksha. No sé. En fin. ¿Cuánta resina recargó a todo esto? No mucho. Es como para esperar un ratito más tarde. Y por lo que veo, no hay más misiones. Así que voy a dejar el streaming hasta aquí. Posiblemente a la noche vuelva, si es que me da la gana. Así que muchas gracias igual a todos por haber asistido. Gracias por las suscripciones, chiquillos. Se pasaron. Espero que pasen una buena tarde. Cuídense mucho mientras. A ver si les puedo dar una raid. Voy a dejar esto. Y a ver. ¿A quién le hacemos una raid en este momento? Tú sobre todo, Safer, cuídate. Y recuerda, no te sobrepases con el trabajo, terminarás igual como la pescadita. La pescadita de rosa. Ya. No hay mucho que hacer, no hay mucho para hacer raid, así que lo vamos a dejar hasta aquí. Nos vemos, chiquillos.